feel like there was a Capital One commercial.
I think we can drink
That
to that.
just feels right in my soul.
Aw, you're gonna be able to see the stain when I stand up.
Okay, that counts. That's one.
Yeah, I didn't mention the burrito specifically.
No, this burrito is implied.
Burrito is implied. I moved my chair out of the way.
Is this the beginning of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we good? Okay. Greetings. It's really great for you guys to both be here. I'm going to talk about truth. I'm going to talk about kind of something aspiring toward democracy and freedom of the press and kind of all these things that I think are important to March Madness, but also important to just the way the world works, you know? And so I wanted to start with this quote from Noam Chomsky about democracy.
Okay.
The picture of the world that's presented to the public has only the remotest relation to reality. The truth of the matter is buried under edifice after edifice of lies upon lies. Haley? It's all been a marvelous success from the point of view in deterring the threat of democracy achieved under conditions of freedom, which is extremely interesting.
That means literally nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That was a lot of words.
I think an interpretation of this is that there's a lot of powerful forces at play that try to get between us and truth.
Okay.
And actually, Cole, if you want to move to our next slide, here's an example of one of them.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Jordan, do you know what this is?
Yes, I am familiar. I really liked Trey Burke. And
What about
that
Peyton
was
Siva?
Yeah, Siva. It was
Who?
a great time.
Really wholesome, all-American man.
It was
I'm not
a great.
familiar.
It was a great time in college
NCAA
basketball.
champion.
Yes.
Haley, do you know who this is? I mean, what this picture is?
I know what this picture is.
Okay. To me, what I see, and actually, Cole, you can move to the next one. What I see, do you know what this is?
I see a game that Louisville won.
Right, well,
That's
an
what I
interesting-
see.
So I see a block right here. If you look right here, it's kind of, actually, next slide, Cole. Handball, right? It's sort of a handball situation, which is typically a block. And, you know, I'm not really seeing a lot of body contact. I'm kind of just seeing a clean block, right? And this block happened at about 5 minutes left in the 2013 men's basketball national championship between a team that literally doesn't exist and the Michigan Wolverines. Cole, can you hit us with the next slide? So that happened at the 5 minute mark. It happened right here.
Oh my God! I did not work hard enough on that.
There are tears coming down.
It happened right here at the 5 minute mark of the game, and this is a chart that somebody on the internet made. I should shut them out. Of Louisville and Michigan. Again, Louisville, a team that doesn't exist because of what happened. No, yeah, go ahead.
If you're gonna say all this, can you at least pronounce the city correctly?
What is it?
Oh,
Louisville.
We got a drink for that.
Louisville.
Louisville.
I thought it was Louisville.
Louisville. Yeah, but this is like an easy
Okay,
intro.
Louisville.
For real people, it's Louisville.
Louisville.
But we're not there yet.
Okay, right on. Louisville played. So this is the block happened at the 5 minute mark remaining in the game. This is Louisville's win percentage right after the block. As you can see, it shoots up. Right, makes the first one, makes the second one, shoots up to about 100%.
Oh my God.
You know, we know that after the foul, the game was over, and we also know that the foul was rigged, which to me means that the game was rigged. But you know, we all intuitively know that. Like, we know that the game was rigged, and that's not even what I'm here to talk about, because you know we know it. What I'm talking about is who rigged it, because I think
rigged it?
yeah, who rigged the game? Because that going back to that original quote, who are these enemies of democracy that are rigging basketball games in 2013? And so I have three three suspects. And I don't have the answer, but I just want to present the three suspects to you all. And, we can all figure it out after that. Figure out who we think it is. So, Cole, can you go next slide, suspect one, Brady Hoke. Brady Hoke is...
Oh my God.
Some of you will remember Brady Hoke as the Michigan college football coach for a little bit of time in Michigan. I think 2007 to 2013, I believe. He is, among other things, the coach that didn't use headphones or whatever those called, which people laughed at, which I personally thought was very cool.
Vibe forward.
Right. It was kind of a vibe forward move.
Oh no, that's not the right shorts.
It was sort of a post-tech, reject modernity, embrace tradition sort of vibe. We should drink.
Vibe.
Yes, I said sorry. I said vibe.
You don't apologize. You take a drink, Harry.
These are the rules.
Brady Hoke was feeling the heat. This is about the time where John Beilein is at the height of his game. It is, people are talking January, February, Beilein, April, And I think we had 5 pros that year. People are starting, dare I say, to call Michigan a basketball school. So if you're Brady Hoke, you got to get #1 recruits, top-rated recruits. How are you going to do that if Michigan's a basketball school? People care more about basketball. Now, what would solidify Michigan as a basketball school is winning the 2013 national championship. So, is it possible that Mr. Hoke, Coach Hoke, rigged this game? I think it is possible. So then I started thinking, okay, he's very, would the call be coming from inside the house? Like, is it somebody so close to the program that would do that? And that's when I had a brain blast, which leads me to my second suspect. Get 1 second, Cole. Oh, there we go. Who's close to me? And who cares about Louisville? And it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. Haley. It is totally could be Haley who rigged the game. She is a Louisville fan. She is cares deeply about college basketball. I started digging, and the proof is in the pudding here. She is tweeting about all of this non-stuff.
Non-stop.
Haley, do you mind reading this for me?
It's a beautiful day to beat Michigan, which
okay.
it always is.
Yeah. Do you mind reading this? This says, actually, I'll read this one. It says Louisville versus Michigan. I love this song.
The shorts. Everyone drink.
Drink. Next, Peyton Siva, the man implicated in the block, right? But then the most damning one. Hey, man.
To Tyler Tyneston.
I have a great Trey Burke Michigan video for you from 2013. I have a couple questions.
Okay.
This tweet was deleted, okay? Censorship. What are we doing? These these giant technology companies are censoring people. What is this? A video of Haley, proving, proof that Haley, was in these clandestine meetings trying to get Michigan to lose? What video is Haley talking about from 2013? Is it a video of her, knife to the ref's throat, being like, if you don't call a block at the 5-minute mark of the 2013 NBA or whatever it is championship, I'm going to slit your throat? Maybe, right? So Haley obviously has a lot to gain from this. She loves Louisville. Her her career might have benefited from that. Who's to say? We don't know, right? So I think she is suspect number 2. Then, I'm
Authorities are waiting at the door.
Yeah. Please, I mean, listen. But I think it's often, in a number of situations, we can see that it's if you blame one person, that's not right. You want to blame centers of power. You want to blame like big institutions, because I think those are often more nefarious and more to blame for this kind of typical corruption.
I agree.
Right. Yeah. So then I started thinking, okay, what is, let me look for patterns, right? What is a grassroots movement coming out of the Midwest that was kind of silent, much like Michigan basketball, grassroots movement, that was silenced by like a kind of giant power, right? I think I was just thinking about like, okay, Michigan was this upstart, exciting team that everybody really liked that was just silenced by the powers that be. Is there any other example of that happening? And Cole, if you can go to the next slide.
Bernie. Why? Tell us why, Harry.
Do you guys know who this is?
No.
No, this is presidential candidate Bernie Sanders and also presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. But this is a clip out from a New York Times article talking about the instance in which the DNC emails leaked showing that the DNC was sort of trying to stifle the Bernie Sanders campaign momentum. It's like
Tell them what this PowerPoint is about, Harry. It's about the 2013 college basketball championship. This is a PowerPoint about that.
My point is, we're looking for patterns. These are a up-and-coming grassroots institution that came out of, that was gaining momentum in the Midwest, that was snuffed out by the establishment. That sounds to me a lot like what happened with Michigan basketball.
Y'all would have lost anyway. Okay?
I don't know what can we cut Cole? Can we cut her mic? Can we, democracy dies in darkness. So I don't know the answer, right? It could be Brady Hoke. It could be
Our very own.
Haley O'Johnson. It could be the DNC. I don't know who did this, but I do know that it was a block, a clean block. That Louisville team doesn't exist, and we should have won the national championship. So that concludes my presentation. Thank you all for listening. And do you have any questions?
I have a lot of questions, but I love this visual.
Can you go back
right
to
now?
the Treyberg block, the first slide, as I answer questions, because I think it's important for Haley to see that. Two more back, actually. Yes, this is good.
Do you feel like there's any contact with the body at all, or do you feel like the block is so clean that it kind of cancels it out?
I think it is so clean that I think that it is more likely that the DNC rigged this game than that this was a foul. Okay, and that's a serious accusation, but that is what I believe.
We would have, let's say it was called the other day, we still would have won.
Let's say it again.
It was called the other way, we still would have won.
And I hear that.
This team was the most popcorn team ever. We called it the boom. Go back all the way to the Syracuse ACC not championship, what do they call it in the conference? The conference tournament, whatever. Mm-hmm. Every single game after that, we boomed. We didn't lose games at the end. If this had gone the other way, we still would have won.
Here's what I'll say.
My other thing is it got taken away. Our
the
coach
championship.
had to quit.
Oh.
For years,
That's why it doesn't
for
exist.
years, we had powerful people just saying everything that Louisville's ever done is wrong. We had recruits taken away. I just think we've suffered enough. So that's why I feel like it's a conspiracy that someone from Michigan, like, literally ruined everyone in Louisville's
You're
life.
conspiracying my conspiracy?
Oh.
You can't do that. Okay, I hear you, and I think it's really important that we see all sides of this issue, and that we kind of discourse in a good faith way. And I totally hear you, and you're totally wrong. And it was a flock, and we would have won.
What was the score at this point? Do you remember?
I think Michigan was down 6 or 7, and we turned the ball over. No, I mean 5 pros on the team. Tim Hardaway Jr. That's like a little pass to Tim Hardaway Jr. Bang
Did you say we had 5 pros on the team?
on that Michigan team.
This is college basketball.
They were gonna be pros. They were about to be pros.
I thought it was like a tie game, or this was in the final like the real deciding
there's
factor.
5 minutes left when this happens.
It's a lot of time.
And I
Plenty
will
of
say,
time. Plenty of time.
The Trey Burke did just like Peyton Seaver just picked Trey Burke's pocket, and that's how we got to that situation.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, that context is important.
But let me give you a little bit of something I want to call vibe context, which is that the arena was ready to erupt with that block. It's like,
I was there. I saw.
I don't think that helps your case.
excuse me?
I was there.
Yeah, I
don't think that helps your case, Haley. Oh
I was
no!
there.
The authorities are banging on the door.
Okay. You know? I'll tell you, wasn't there Brady Hoke? Wasn't there?
How do you know?
I guess I don't know. Maybe he was there, you know.
Bernie wasn't there.
Bernie wasn't
Bernie
there.
Bernie was
not
somewhere
there.
in a coal mine.
Yes.
Nobody's gonna help him.
Yeah. So, okay. Any other questions?
I think that was a wonderful PowerPoint. You learned how to say Louisville.
Louisville.
correct.
It was really good.
That was really good.
I
need
not
to,
wanna...
before Jordan goes, I need to go take off a lot of the makeup I just cried off.